Well, you remember when you were playing in sawdust that one day? Well, that's Dewey Hatcher Jr. put that there, right in front of our front door. That piece of shit idiot bitch Dewey Hatcher Jr. put that sawdust that had the green stuff in it. It's really poisonous. Every carpenter knows that's poisonous stuff. And we found you playing in it because they left a big pile of it right outside the front door. You know, and they've been vandalizing our house. Been hate crime. So when they went there to get you to play in that sawdust, that was a hate crime on you by Dewey Hatcher. And you know his dad, Dewey Hatcher Sr., his dad was a sheriff too. It's like there's no real elections there in Dixie County. In Dewey, I was about to say Dewey County. But notice how recently Dixie County is being dragged in the hole. You notice that? Dixie County is now being dragged through the dirt. I mean, are we all children and don't realize what's going on? The son of Dewey Hatcher is getting all the bids. Like, you know, anybody who's a farmer, anybody who's a farmer knows if you got one goat or pig eating all the food and keeping the other pigs and goats away and the other chicken, all the animals do it. You'll get this one bad apple that won't let the other animals feed. And what do you do? You have to get rid of that animal, don't you? That's what you have to do. Every farmer knows you have to get rid of that one bad animal. The bad goat. We actually bought a goat that was a troublemaker. That's why we got a good deal out of it. And he wouldn't let anybody eat. That thing uses its horns and just bams anybody gets around the food. And that is what we have with Dewey Hatcher Jr. That's why Dewey Hatcher Sr. was the son of the sheriff back before him. They've been that pig, that farm animal that you should have got rid of a long time ago. So now I'm running for sheriff, and we're gonna get that. And when I'm in there, everybody's gonna get a bid, not just one pig. We're gonna get everybody in the community to get in on the bids. Everyone will get bids, not just one fat cat. That's why you got with your commissioners. They got the 8 commissioners or whatever the hell that is. They're the 8 bad animals all got together. They're the 8 bad goats that are getting together and making sure they're getting all the bids. It's amazing. So the elections coming out, there's got to be a lot about knowing who the bad animals are, who's the one getting all the bids, and get them out. I mean, you got bad law enforcement, you got bad leadership stealing from you. The son of the sheriff is stealing, not only stealing from... In our case, it was a hate crime because Dewey Hatcher Sr., the idiot sheriff, they're kind of like the Boss Hog kind of thing. "My boy gets all the bids. You know, my boys," and the bids they get, they don't fulfill the bids. They were thrown off my project. They were thrown out after they continually vandalized our house in the hate crime. They were thrown out. They were told to do the shower over again. They did it with rusty nails the first time. They actually put it in with rusty nails hanging out. And now this time they put it in with green wood. The green wood with the sawdust all over the poison sawdust, that's highly dangerous. They put it around the shower. It's not supposed to be indoors. You're supposed to use it indoors? No, it's not meant to use. So now there's a second time they did the shower, and the nails are still hanging out. You still got the rusty nails hanging out. We'll show you pictures because somebody's coming in to do it right. We're going to get real legitimate workers, people who want to work. They're going to get them in there now. But he was thrown off the job. He couldn't do the job. His insurance is investigating him for fraud. He's being Dewey Hatcher. Yeah, that's right. He's being investigated for fraud because they're not doing their obligated contract. And contractors usually do that. "Oh, here's God. He loves me. He loves me. God has blessed me. This has been a blessed day." When I go to the beach, I want it to cloud over. I don't like that fucking sun. I like it nice and cool. I like to be out there in the ocean. Oh, it was beautiful, the warm water. I'm not thanking God for this good day. My son, I got the third one of my children who are adults. They're adults. I mean, what do I call them? But doctors. And this is what happened. Tallahassee, get in a big shootout fucking with me. They're starting to get cursed. They have a way out. They will be out of the curse if they arrest the people who committed hate crimes against you. But again, I woke up to a beautiful morning, man. Another bad cop who's been having a killing spree shot somebody up in Homestead, just south of Miami, where I'm at, where we're enjoying ourselves. Person goes driving through people. Again, this is all in this evening when we're out here just having a relaxing time on the boardwalk, having one too many. having a good time. Waking up in the morning, going out in the ocean again, having a good time. Enjoying the beach, kids finding shells, you know, after all they've been through, after they've been attacked by law enforcement. And the same law enforcement that attacked them, they have the videos and the lies, because with the videos, you can see that they were lying. You can see what the truth was. You can see what was actually said. So thank God for that we now have the new law enforcement, which are video cameras. That is the new law enforcement. It's not a human being, because after 2 years, any human being's going to go bad with that kind of power. It's not fair. They said, I think all cops are bad. I think all cops are good. It's the job that makes them bad. You get them off that job, they'll be a good guy again. They won't be a bad guy anymore. So there should be a 2-year limit. And if you shoot somebody or kill somebody like Dewey Hatcher Sr. did, ran over those kids, he should step down. You wouldn't think a good man would step down, but not somebody who's never worked in his life like Dewey Hatcher. That guy has never worked a day in his life, has he? So for him to step down is, what would he do? He can't do anything else but sit down there and get a fat ass. He's incompetent, and they got to make sure that they're guarding their Dewey Hatcher Jr. who's not only stealing from everybody's homes. They're the ones that are like, oh, we don't know who's been doing it the last 10 years, stealing from all the houses, taking their air conditioners. It's kind of hard to imagine that with this sham air conditioning store of Dewey Hatchers, who's under another name, and the person's name it's under doesn't like what he's doing at all. In fact, there's no carpenters, plumbers, or electricians in Dixie County that want to work with the incompetent meathead Dewey Hatcher Jr. Yeah. So we are going to have a fun election this year, and we're going to get somebody in there you can trust. Dewey Hatcher Sr. lied. Not only lied, he did that to intent to harm women and children. He lied, encouraged people to do violent acts against women and children. He's a creep. He doesn't know anything but being a creep. He's never had to be a person. He's never had a job. You know, I learned my law enforcement in the military. I'm a law enforcement specialist. So, who do you want? You want daddy's little boy, who's now his little boy stealing from y'all? Or do you want somebody who's going to raise the flag of Dixie? Do you see him as lowering the flag of Dixie? I'm going to raise that flag of Dixie, huh? I'm raising the flag of Dixie. I'm here to bring my 3 doctors that I homeschooled. I took personal responsibility for my children. I didn't dump them off in some public school. I took personal responsibility and leadership. And with the help of my wife, we homeschooled them, and they are doctors today. Yet out of all the children born during Dixie County's senior, his dad, and now the new sheriff, Dewey Hatcher, through all those sheriffs, you didn't produce one doctor out of all the thousands going through your school. Doesn't that make you angry? Well, don't be angry. Get out and vote. And I'll get you there. I promise that you'll all be doctors. All your children would be doctors if you want to. If you want to be working for McDonald's, hey, you're safe with Dewey Hatcher. Okay? If you want a future for yourself and your children, do you think Dewey Hatcher's ever going to share the bids? No. Do you think he's going to treat any of you fairly if he comes across you breaking a crime or having a little problem? I'm going to treat you equally, because I don't know any of you. Isn't that great to have a sheriff that doesn't know any of you? Right? I'm not going to treat anyone better than the other one. I'm going to treat you all fairly, and I'll always be honest to you. I'll never lie to you. I'm caught up on thinking honesty is why God protects me so much. God loves me because I love God, and I love to tell the truth. And I love to live honorably. I live honorably because my family for over 250 years have been serving this country in every war. And it's just honor. It's based on honor. And I get into telling the truth. That makes me feel good. And I see my enemies fall. Like the shootouts in Maine. They accuse me, false accuse me, and they're shot up dead. You run my name down in Dixie, and you see the Dixie flag run through the mud across the country. So why mess with me? Huh? Why do that? Anyways, I'm gonna take a break here. I'll get a little drink of water, and I'm gonna sing the song of Dixie, because I love that song, and I love Dixie. And you can work with me, and we can raise the flag of Dixie, or you can keep Dewey Hatcher. Dewey Hatcher, is this Dewey Hatcher? Dewey Hatcher. You can keep that bum, and like it's about that. He won't know how to work. He'll have to go on a food line somewhere. He'll have to go. He won't. He has no skills. He's stupid as dumb shit, right? Because he's stupid to attack a man of God, a good person with no criminal record, no criminal history whatsoever. He decides to attack the house in which a little girl encouraged people. But are you proud with having that one farm animal get all the bids? You get rid of that farm animal, don't you? It's just a simple answer. You don't need me, the country's top national security advisor.